Alright, so in this problem you should have seen the subtraction sign, and you can also highlight the parentheses. This subtraction sign affects everything in there. Can you imagine why I teach my children to wash their hands? Because if they go to the bathroom and they don't wash their hands, and then they start preparing food, and you eat the food, right? The germs are tainted everywhere else they touch. Okay, in this problem, that negative sign is very powerful to the parentheses. Okay, so I want to describe this minus sign in two ways. The first way I want to describe it is number one, inverse. Everyone say inverse. What that means is that you change the math sign inside the parentheses. So if this is a positive, this will become a negative. This one will become a negative 7r, and this one will become a what class? Negative 10. So there are two ways. This is the first way of the inverse. The second way is my preference. The second way is to multiply by negative 1. Write that down. Multiply by a negative 1. Well, you have the negative. Where's the 1? It's right here. And it does the same thing. You're going to distribute to each of these terms. Now, we haven't officially talked about multiplying. That'll be hopefully tomorrow's lesson. Okay? So I'm just going to rewrite this problem. 9r squared plus 6r plus 16. Class, what's negative 1 times 8r squared?
Negative 8r squared.
Class, what's negative 1 times 7n?
Negative 7r.
That's supposed to be an r, huh? Negative 7r. And negative 1 times 10.
Negative 10.
Girls, which ones are like terms with 9r squared? Girls, if you combine those, what do you get? 1r squared, or just r squared. Boys, what is 6r combining with?
Negative 7r.
And that becomes what?
Negative 1r.
So just the negative 1r. And class, 16 and negative 10?
Positive 6.
Positive 6. R squared minus r plus 6 is our answer. And I want to talk about how we write our answers. Yesterday we were learning about the base and the exponent. So this is x to the second. Class, what number's up here?
1.
R to the first, and this one is
0.
r to the 0. So the powers are going down. What order is that? Descending order. It is best to write your answers in descending order.